my name is Jan Gisborne, and I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Powell River, and we're standing in front of the Rotary Pavillion, which was built by the Rotary Club of Powell River, and we started construction, I think, in January of 2007. It might have been late 2006. And it took us a little longer to finish it than what we had originally planned, because as anybody in construction knows, things don't always go according to plan. So eventually in October of 2018, we managed to finish this beautiful structure and hand it over to the city of Powell River. And I'm going to give you a little story about how we got to this point. In 2005, Rotary International celebrated 100 years of Rotary, and our club celebrated 50 years of Rotary. So we looked around the community to think of a project that would impact a lot of people, that would be beneficial, but we ended up having to spend a couple of years figuring out what was the best project, what would have the biggest impact, what would reach more people than one little target group. And because Rotary doesn't own land or own buildings, we always are working in partnership, whether it's with the school district, whether it's with the city of Powell River, with the regional district, or with private nonprofit organizations that need help with something. So, as with any organization, it took a while to get through some of the logistics, the bureaucracy, some of the rules and regulations, and a few things we looked at didn't turn out exactly to be what we really envisioned, and some of it was going to be done by another group. So we had this vision of having a place, because every summer we're down here for Art in the Park, for the Sea Fair. We have multiple events that go on in this community, and if the weather's bad, the performers get wet, their equipment gets wet, we have to cancel. So we envision building a structure, a performance stage. It's now being called the Rotary Pavillion, but I also hear it called the band shell, amongst other things. And it's now been used by Prisma, by multiple choirs, groups, orchestras. I've seen weddings here. I've attended family reunions here. I've attended multiple Rotary meetings here, because we'll do them down here. And even the odd celebration of life has been performed here, and it's such a beautiful setting, especially like today with the sun shining on the water, and we can see the beautiful glaciers and the mountains on Vancouver Island. Our club contributed about $84,000 towards the building of this structure, but the total cost of the value of the materials and the professional labor it took, we've calculated to about $134,000. This happens because we live in a great community, and a lot of local businesses stepped up and either gave us a really great discount on some of the materials, some of them donated labor, some of them actually donated materials. We even had a great deal from these huge laminated beams that you see. They actually came out of Edmonton, and we were quoted how much they were going to be, and they were pricey, but we loved the look, and we went, okay, we'll just have to pay it. When the final bill came, it was quite a bit less, because somebody apparently walked by and went, oh, it's a Rotary Club. We can do a little better. So was he or she a Rotarian? We don't know. I would bet it's just because Rotary is very active in Edmonton, and they see the good work that's being done by clubs all around the world, and when it's not a for-profit endeavor, they can sometimes give clubs a good rate. And of course, in all of those calculations, no one ever kept track of how many hours Rotarians spent digging, moving dirt, erecting up scaffolding, setting up stuff, varnishing. I think we did 3 coats of varnish. My one little story was before they poured the concrete pad, they get it all done, they get all the ready rod in there, all the rebars in there, and then they put sand on it, and it has to be packed down. And the concrete was coming, and I was the only available person. But I didn't have enough strength to actually pull the starter on the packing thing. So different Rotarians would come down here and start it, hook me up to it, and I'd bounce around here for a couple of hours until I'd finally turn it off because I couldn't do it. But we got it all done, and we had lots of Rotarians over the year and a half of building this down here working hard. We had Rotarian spouses, children, nieces, nephews. Sometimes a couple of our neighbors came down to help. So it was a huge community project, and I think it's a huge success. And it's we're really looking forward to when COVID is on its way out and we can start seeing big groups here again enjoying this beautiful Rotary Pavilion.